Okay, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I want to talk about a video I seen on the internet recently. This was with regards to Jeff Bezos during his early days of entrepreneurship, where Amazon was still in its early stages and it was actually in a loss. So Jeff Bezos goes to this night show, and the host asks him about the company, that your company is continuously year by year recording to be in losses. So why is that, and how do you what's going on? And he goes, "Yeah, I'm doing good." And everybody's laughing at him, and they're like, the host is like, "I don't get why that's a good thing." And Jeff Bezos explains that whenever a company starts out, it's going to be in a loss no matter what. The only difference between Amazon and all the other competitors is that Amazon is in a bigger loss because it's taken a bigger risk. So in the future, if it works out, which we all know it did, if it works out, it's going to receive a ton of more profit with the comparison to all the other companies. And that's something that I think a lot of us, or almost all of us, look over when it comes to being on an entrepreneurial venture, is that in the beginning we try to take lower risks so that we can learn from them, from the tiny mistakes, or that's what we tell ourselves, right? Is that we're going to take smaller risks, and once we're able to get past those small risks, then we'll take the big risk. So slowly we'll go up the ladder from smaller risk to bigger risk, but that's actually seems like it's a bad idea. Of course, I can't tell you if it is a good idea or bad, but I can only tell you from my knowledge. My experience is very limited at the moment, but as far as my knowledge is concerned, from what I know, is that what we can conclude from Jeff Bezos' journey is that it's better for us to take bigger risks, especially in the beginning stages of our entrepreneurship journey. The only thing that matters in the beginning is to have a good vision, okay? So long as we have a proper vision of where we want to go and what the end goal is, or what the momentary end goal is, then we will figure out a way to get there no matter what. And that's what happened with Amazon. Like, it started in a garage, but he had a vision that he's gonna make it something that's phenomenal, and he's gonna change the entire landscape of when it comes to buying and selling, and that's exactly what he did, right? That's exactly what Jeff Bezos did. Look at the world around you today. Everything is almost inspired by how Amazon took everything to the next level. We can look at eBay, Etsy, or any other drop shipping, or Shopify. These are all models that are copied from Amazon. All that's going on in there is someone selling the product, a lot of people buy it, and then there's this really fast delivery that's promised. And I don't even know if that's promised for Shopify, but we all know how fast the delivery for Amazon is, and that's at a premium subscription, which is something that obviously was well planned out, right? But the point I'm trying to make here is that just because you feel like something is out of your scope, or you feel like that's something that the big dogs are already doing, or that's something that someone with a huge sums of money would be able to do, and you can't do that, that doesn't mean that you should start with something that's not related to that end goal. Rather, you can maybe even take smaller steps, right? Like, Amazon wasn't built in one day. The Prime thing, that didn't happen overnight. It took so many years for the company to get to that level. It first started off in a garage. He was doing deliveries on his bicycle, from what I know. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I'm concerned, what I know is that he was making deliveries from his bicycles, or he was mailing stuff from I think America to Korea or something like that, where the money through like books or like notes and envelopes, and but like he was still making money, right? Like he was getting money maybe in like shady ways, but he was still making money. He knew how to get around the illegal activities and whatnot. But like I'm not endorsing anything illegal, but it's just I'm putting it out there, the story that I know. So the point I'm trying to make is that just because you're not aware of how you want to get to your goal, that doesn't mean that you should just stop and do nothing. Like many times what happens is that we tend to overanalyze and we overthink, especially if you're someone that's smart and you're really academically talented. A problem you're going to face is that you're going to keep on overthinking about everything, and you're going to keep on thinking about all the different outcomes that can happen. Instead, what you got to do is just take action. Like I'm sure if you just took action towards a specific goal, one way or another, you're going to get there. When you're starting off your entrepreneurship journey, don't be stingy in putting in the money to whatever your company is or whatever you believe in, because all that you're doing is you're betting on yourself, on your future self, that you're going to succeed no matter what. And that's what happened with Jeff Bezos too, right? He had no other way. He didn't think that, oh, if this doesn't work out, I'll do something else. Or if it doesn't work out, I'll go back to a 9 to 5 job, or I'll just work for somebody else. No, he did none of that. It was all about Amazon. He knew what he's doing. And I'm sure there were times where he was going through some struggles and he wasn't sure if whatever he's doing is going to have a positive output. But what he did was, or what he did have was an optimistic mindset. And he had the enthusiasm for his company, and he believed in his company. And that's what we need to do as well, is that don't give up on whatever your dream is, or whatever company you're trying to make, whatever startup you're working on. The point is to just keep going, keep pushing, and even when you feel like you can't do it, just put in the work and keep doing what you got to do, right? And when it comes to money, that's a major part. Like, don't be afraid to lose all your money into an investment that you think will pay off later in the future, because even if you do lose that money, if you're a Muslim watching this, then you already know that the risk is in the hands of Allah. So I'm sure if you put it into something that you have an optimistic mindset about, and you're definite that it's gonna work out in the future, if you just keep putting in the work and you know what you're doing, and you're able to get through those hurdles and those failures, which you are gonna face, by the way, you are gonna face plenty of failures, especially if it's a bigger risk than usual. Then you can expect yourself to lose all your money, and probably even have to maybe go back to your parents' house and just work from there and do what you gotta do in the meantime. And just, yeah, basically just don't give up, and don't be afraid to put in all your money in your future self, and your future, and the future of your company. Then yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. It's a short one. I hope you enjoyed it and you got to learn something from it, and you got some form of benefit from it, or some form of knowledge. And inshallah, I'll see you in the next one.